Well, hello there, my friend. Man, it feels like it's been a minute since we've been together. It's really just been one day, but yeah, what a lot has happened since we were last together. And last time we were together, I spaced and said that we would be back together again tomorrow, which was yesterday, and that we would be going over some stuff on the Madeline Soto case. And I had space that I had a commitment to do. I was a moderator for a political forum out in Clarion County, Pennsylvania, and that was on my calendar, and I had to go do it. So it's good to be with you again. What are we doing, guys? We are talking about the case of Madeline Soto. Just a quick little recap. Madeline was 13 years old when she disappeared. That is the description that we had at the time. She did not show up for school. Her mother's on-again, off-again boyfriend, a man named Stephan Stearns, claimed that he took her to school, dropped her off a little ways down from school because she thought his car was a hoopty and would be embarrassed to get in and out of it. And turns out none of that was true. The police investigated and found through all sorts of traffic cams that Stephan Stearns had her, but she was not alive. So in their investigation of Mr. Stearns, they actually found lots of evidence on his Google Drive related to the continuous SA of Madeline Soto. So he was the one that she should have been able to trust, and it turns out that he had actually been SAing her for about 5 years, and police say he murdered her. I believe them. So that is the case that we're looking at today. Now, you guys know that we like to cut through the fluff. We like to cut through the sensationalism of true crime genre. We like to get right into the nitty-gritty, get into the documents. Now, the documents that we have today were sent to me by a viewer. Very grateful for that. And no. They were sent to me by a moderator. That, I guess, viewer is technically true. But what they are a disciplinary report or an incident report from the Osceola County Jail. So join me over here on Acrobat. And let's just dig into it, shall we? Now remember that this is gonna be a discussion. We like to talk things out on this channel. In fact, that's how we spend most of our time. So if you have a comment that you would like me to see, just put GF in the comment. I'm sure moderators have already told you that, but if you put GF, I will be able to see your comment. And I'm sure that there are some by now. Yeah, look at this. Bad A Mama says there's a case out of Butler County, Missouri. Ooh. Where I was born, where the son came up missing, the sheriff's department has done nothing to help. Yeah, there are lots of terrible cases out there. But see, she got my attention by putting GF in the comment. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into this document, shall we? Here we go. The type of incident is disciplinary. This happened a little over a month ago, March 26th, 6 a.m., Inmate's name, see below. Charlie Floor. Reporting staff is Corporal Taylor. All right. On the above date and approximate time, I was assigned as the Zone 1 and 2 supervisor. Upon beginning my shift, I was informed by Lieutenant Zumbrum that inmates Almestica Miguel and Stearns Stephan violated policy. Now we know who Stephan is. Let's just pause, shall we, and get to know Mr. Almestica. Just bring you over to my browser here. ID 814292. If we go over here, 814292, we got the right guy, right? This is we're just checking my work. I want to make sure So 814292, and then if we go back over here, 814292. What is Mr. Miguel Angelo Almestica in for? Born in 2001, so he's 23 years old right now. He's got an inmate ID, booking ID, 140 pounds, 5'10". Boy, is he an interesting character to look at. Anyway, okay. So his offense is aggravated. It's this. I don't want to say it out loud. It's a bad one, right? He's on a $20,000 bond. There's another one, a couple violating parole. Now, I looked him up, and I was actually going to read you guys the criminal complaint, but it read like just a trashy episode of Melrose Place, if you're old enough to even remember that. It was just the trashiest piece of drama, and was, I mean, if there weren't victims involved, which there were, it would have been like a Hollywood drama. It'd be like a Gangland kind of thing. So I decided not to read it to you guys because I didn't think I could keep a straight face, even though there are victims here. Anyway, this is our guy. This is the guy that is in trouble, along with our old buddy, Mr. Stearns. Okay. They violated policy. It was informed that inmate Almestica was utilizing inmate Stearns' telephone PIN to make several calls. It is a violation to utilize someone else's PIN as well as loaning it out to another individual. After further investigation, it was discovered that the allegations were true. Inmate Almestica made several telephone calls utilizing inmate Stearns' PIN, some telephone calls lasting over 15 minutes. Well, I mean, they'd barely be over 15 minutes because that seems to be the maximum that they can do. An inmate's telephone PIN is created by the inmate, therefore no one else should have this information. Both individuals are isolated and kept on a strict protocol. Therefore, inmate Almestica could have only received inmate Stearns' telephone PIN from inmate Stearns. Both inmates will be issued a disciplinary report for Sanction 3.4, loaning or stealing of property, telephone PIN, or anything of value. A copy of the call logs will be attached to this report. This concludes my involvement in the case, or in the incident. To me, guys, we all know what Stephan Stearns is accused of, right? He's got 60 counts of SB against him, and his victim was 13-year-old child Madeline Soto. I imagine he's not popular in the jail. I'm shocked that he would even be in the same, I guess, vicinity as any other inmates. And you guys know, I am not a fan of the idea of prison justice. I don't like the idea of there being crimes perpetrated within the jail, though I am not naive enough to believe that it's crime-free in there. But I am not a fan of this feeling of schadenfreude that Mr. Stearns or anybody else should get what's coming to them without due process of law. I just can't go there. It's the law is too important to me. But I would understand if other people felt that way, and it kind of feels to me like what was happening here. I don't think that Stephan Stearns would just go, hey, psst, Miguel Angelo, psst, do you want to use my pen? I don't think so. And he's got enough coming in from his parents based on the phone calls that we've listened to that he's able to get his little candies, his root beer barrels, his reading glasses. He's got enough. And I imagine that really the issue is that there is another inmate, probably this guy, that was making him do this. So let's continue with the document, shall we? Okay. The rest of it is, there's... Okay. I decided to move forward with the disciplinary report against both inmates. No pre-confinement evaluation was necessary due to the inmates already being on administrative confinement. That makes me wonder, like, if they're in some sort of solitary confinement. I think Mr. Stearns should be. I think that he probably is because of the crimes that he is accused of. And my guess with Mr. What is it? Almestica? Is that what it is? Almestica. I imagine that he is in solitary for other reasons. But I don't know, right? We don't know anything. All right, so there's the checklist of everything. It doesn't really matter. The following items shall be completed. Sentenced, no. Found guilty, yes. All right. Here is this another one? 3468? 83468. Let me just look at this. This is the same one. Okay. All right, so inmate Stephan Stearns. Oh, you know what has happened here? I bet this is the one for Almestica, and then this one is the one for Stearns. It looks like it says the exact same thing. Yeah, it's the exact same thing. But this is signed by Stephan. All right. So does the inmate need 24 hours from this time and date to prepare for the DR hearing? Disciplinary report hearing. Yes. Inmate's signature. Then I do wish to be present at the disciplinary hearing. I wonder if for him that was just like something to do. Oh, a disciplinary hearing. Yeah, that'd be great. I'll go to that. So the disciplinary hearing was held on April 3rd of 2025. So just about a month ago at 12:45 p.m. He was present. He was not absent. The disciplinary procedures have been explained. The inmate understands the charges, the hearing procedures, and the possible actions that can result. He does not need any type of assistance. Okay, finding and action of the hearing officer committee. The hearing officer committee finds the inmate guilty. Hearing officer committee findings. Inmate pled guilty and stated that he was sorry about the incident and did not know that he couldn't share his PIN number with someone else. Inmate also stated that it will never happen again. After reviewing all reports, inmate was found guilty of the infraction and given a verbal warning. My guess is, guys, that Mr. Stearns is probably a pretty docile, pliable, obedient inmate. I doubt that just judging on the phone calls that he's had with his parents talking about rules and so forth, I bet that he is one that does not cause problems. I think that he was probably caused to give his PIN to another inmate. I think that he protected himself by stating that he didn't know that he couldn't give it, that he did indeed give it. He probably tried really hard not to rat anybody out. But my guess is he was under some sort of physical threat. And this isn't me, like, I'm not happy about that. Again, I fight against that feeling. I feel it, but I fight against that schadenfreude feeling. I don't like prison justice. I don't like bullies in any setting. So I'm not happy about this at all. Let's see. There's one more page. Oh yeah, this one is just different things. Rule 3.4: loaning or stealing property, telephone PIN, anything of value. So that is. I don't have the rest of it that was sent to me. Okay, so there it is. Let's see what you guys are saying over here. And let's get Stern's picture off of here. Let's bring up Maddie. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Let me refresh my my screen here. Okay. Brenda says, ciao. Ciao, Brenda. Lisa, hello. Brenda is jealous of that glorious hair. Guys, this is the worst. Like, I am having a really hard time. I do not like it at all. For those of you who are new, I'm trying to grow out my hair for the purpose of donating it. And this is not the way I normally groom myself. I've never had long hair like this. It being on my ears, my collar, my everything. I just am not enjoying it, but I am continuing on. Madeline looks so grown up in this photo. I think, yeah, this is, I recently, I think this was on her memorial. This was sent to me pretty recently. I got a couple new ones. I got this one. I got this one. There's seems to be one from the same day. You know, we've seen this one. I believe that this is probably the same day. It looks to be anyway. It's kind of a camo. She's wearing the same camo jacket and little watch on. So I think that might be the same day. And I got a couple more. Let me go through I think I got one more when she was little. I like these pictures because it reminds us that she was the same kind of child that every child is, full of hope, full of potential. Everything was laid out in front of her, and it reminds us just that this guy took it all away. Took it all away. Long before he took her life, allegedly, he damaged her. And it's just so sad. Thanks for the comment. Super. McRamble on. I heard of updates and new findings on the Maura Murray case. I have not. Thank you for the tip. Thank you very much. I will check it out. Thank you, Susan Lewis, for the super chat. She says, I think if you're Stephan Stearns, you want someone who looks threatening like that on your side, so you give them what they want. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's survival of the fittest, right? So it might have been a good choice for him to do. Give You Wings says, made your first love. You probably meant live, but I hope that you are full of love as well. Glad you're here, Gives You Wings. What is it? Dinal says, has there been anything new on Jen? I have not heard anything new on Jen yet. I did see that a couple of days ago there were new filings on the case. However, those filings were just corrected versions of the motions to suppress. I looked at one of them carefully. They were marked as corrected. I didn't see any content. I didn't see any content changes, just ordering changes. There were some issues with the page order. But I keep my ear to the ground. Now listen, I brought this up a couple days ago. I'm always looking for good researchers to just join the team on a volunteer basis. My entire team is volunteer. That's why I ask you guys to take care of Autumn, my lead moderator, right? She does it voluntarily, as does everybody. If you are a researcher, and especially if you are closely connected to a case and you have already started doing research and you would like to join the team and share that, I'll give you all the credit that you want. Just reach out, okay? Go over to the website. Let me bring up over here. We go over to the website and click on this little contact me button. And yeah, maybe I should put a new message type like, I don't know, like I want to join the team or something like that. I'll try to get that done. But just just do that, and then one of my team members will reach out. We like to vet the people that we have on our team, and then we invite them into the Slack channel to help us. So if you're into that, you want to join the team, we would love to have you here. Okay, let's go back here. All right, let's see. Keep on going here. Super charismatic. I can't get over how grown Maddie looks in these photos compared to the ones that you usually use. Yeah, these are. That is the thing. You know, Maddie's life was surprisingly unphotographed, and there just haven't been lots of pictures of her. I have something like 16. I know there are others that are out there, but I go through 15 or 16 that I like to use. But yeah, she was a growing young lady, and you know, an early teen, kind of learning who she is. You guys remember how uncomfortable that time was? And this poor girl, had spent the previous 5 years being the victim of horrible, horrible crimes. So I'm sure she was just so confused and had such a such a hard time. And it's amazing that she could even put a smile on her face. I love the pictures of her at her 13th birthday party, the day before she went missing, quote unquote, right? She just looks so happy. Over at Grandma's house. Pretty great. Lisa, I see you. I see you. McRamble on. Yes, you may be right about Mr. Perhaps Inmate Stearns is better. Maybe. Lisa, yes, my day did go good. It was a busy day today, guys. Busy day, but a great day. I hope it was good for you. Ms. B says, oh dear, Miguel is one scary looking dude. Yeah, he is. He's an intimidating dude. I think I would give up my phone pin pretty quickly to save my skin. That's for sure. Yeah. Let's bring Maddie back up. Bring Maddie back up. We'll use this picture. Okay. Texas Surfer 65, I'm sure Chris Stearns is just thrilled he's paying for phone calls for another inmate. I bet he understands. But, whew. Hello, Patty. Hello, Lucindy. From South Africa. Good to have you. You know, when our older kids were little, we joined a dojo because it was just fun. As first, our son started doing these karate lessons, and then it was just fun, so we all joined in. And back in Sacramento, our dojo was called SASKA, South African Shotokan Karate Association, and our sensei was a South African, Sensei Adrian, who had immigrated to the United States and worked underneath his sensei's organization, SASKA. And I've been to South Africa. Just a couple times on business. How long have I been on? You just got the notification. I've been on 24 minutes as of right now. Brenda, I think you're hyper focused on this. All right, I think you're hyper focused, but it might be time to do a new intro. I need to get the whole this is educational purposes only, adults only, like you guys have suggested. Super charismatic. Oh, Mr. Stearns, this is not how we make friends. Ooh, yeah, there are a couple things I'm not going to read here. Let's see. Stephan Stearns. So Stephan Stearns is selling phone time for resources. He's probably a trustee in order to get to Stephan Stearns. Well, they said he was on administrative incarceration. Like, what is that called? Solitary confinement, right? He's alone. maybe they were just passing notes or talking, you know, when the lights went out. I don't know. Oh, Sandu says Stephan Stearns could not call his parents for a few days when he was selling his phone time to another inmate. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think he was selling anything. I think he was protecting himself. Ms. B, Stearns' parents paying for the phone calls, not Stearns' money. Why would he care? I think that he was honestly just covering his behind. Horror Queen 88, Gavin, a bit off topic, but I wanted to let you know that when you donate your hair, Locks of Love actually sells your donation. I donated 72 inches worth to Wigs for Kids. Yeah, I have heard the same thing about Locks of Love, or Locks of Love. But I will find a local charity. That's my plan. Local charity. Please stop showing that vile photo. Well, yeah. I'm afraid it's going to keep happening. I mean, I try to stay victim centric on this, but we are talking about him, so I do show him. Bad A Mama, poor baby girl. My daughter's 12 Saturday, but unfortunately, oh no, I'm reading the wrong one. Sorry, Gavin. I'm doing masters in psychology and have to say this case of Maddie and looking at Stephan Stearns. I'm following this for a case study. Your information is comprehensive. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that was from Lucindy. Bad A Mama, poor baby girl. My daughter is 12 Saturday, but unfortunately inmates, no matter what group they affiliate with, have a code of conduct. Yeah, I imagine that Mr. Stearns is not safe unless he's in solitary. I believe he made a deal. Pin swap for Miguel's girlfriend, sending in packages with more root beer treats. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I could be wrong. If they're both in solitary, how do they make the deal? Yeah, it makes me wonder if there's a way that they can kite messages, or if there's a way that they can speak to one another through their doors. I don't know how it's set up. I don't know. Yes, cat eyes wide open. I saw those. Law enforcement has reopened 2 cases of Almestica from 2019 that are murder charges. I saw those. Crazy. Gisela maybe said someone told her that he is receiving packages from Miguel's girlfriend. Possible. I haven't seen that information, but I mean, what does that mean? That just means I haven't seen it. So Stephan is getting care packages from the same guy's girlfriend. Okay, so maybe I need to do a FOIA request of the jail, because the document that we went over today simply it was given to me by one of the mods. Yeah, so quid pro quo. The inmate's girlfriend sent a couple of care packages. I see. Maybe there is a little bit of trading going on, a little quid pro quo. Just refreshed. Give me a second. Let me go back up. Holy cow. You guys got busy on the... Yeah, isn't there some kind of rule book or something they give to inmates? Yeah, that like your first day. Hey, this is the code of conduct. Read it, get to know it. He knew. And I'm sure that he read it 72 times. For sure. Because you guys have really started talking, I might skip a bunch here. Mary, I have to donate at least 12 inches. That's how it has to be. Christine says, hey, I'm a recent cancer survivor. Well, good on you. Hope you're well, Christine. Just barely a few curls at ear's length. Awful stage of post-chemo hair growth. My dad's post-chemo hair is curly. It's hilarious. Like, you have to keep good humor about these things, right? But my dad, it's not all of it. He just has a spot that came in super curly. And my dad is the inspiration here. That's what I've been doing. Twisted Taurus. Usually all those disgusting offenders are put in the same area of the jail. I doubt he was forced to give his spin. He probably traded for it. Yeah, maybe you guys are right. Maybe my mind went to a dark place. Super charismatic. She was such a cute kid. She was. Oh my goodness. Look at this. I love this one. I love this one. Such a cute kid. And she, so sad that she doesn't get a chance to ever not be a cute little kid. Oh, that is well said, super charismatic. She deserves to get old and wrinkled and gray-haired. So unfair. It is. It is. Betty, to my knowledge, he's in isolation. McRamble, you can be a researcher. Reach out, will you? Reach out. I'll have one of my team reach out to you. Okay. Super charismatic. The very act that Maddie was pretty unphotographed says a lot about how her mother felt about her. As a fellow unphotographed child, I know that feeling. It sucks. Yeah, man. Like, if any of my children went missing, any of them, I have a photo from the last week. I can give police everything. And that's not an indication that I'm some sort of super parent. That's an indication that I am a normal person. Somebody who isn't photographed often, I think, is forgotten a lot. Maritza, we do not know. At least I don't know. I'm gonna keep going because I don't want to just be going for too long here. Joyce says that she agrees that Stearns was trading his spin for protection. Oh my goodness. McRamble, yeah, you got to reach out. Got to reach out. One man's trash. Look at her eyes in the pic with the birthday dress standing in front of the blue streamer things. They're so dark underneath. Yeah, like yeah. Not dark as in foreboding or mysterious. Dark as in she's dark eyes. Like, yeah. Oh, yeah. Dorinda RN1. Gavin, it hurts my heart to think that for every bad guy that gets arrested for this type of crime, there's so many more out there doing the same thing at this very moment. Yeah. Because it actually is hard to solve crimes. It is. I had last night, it was in 2025, there are, what do we call these? Local elections throughout the United States, right? And in Clarion County, which is a neighboring county to where I live, they're doing magisterial district judges, they're doing coroner, they're doing borough council, and they're doing sheriff. And the sheriff of Clarion County is a good guy, somebody who I know pretty well. I like a lot. And I had never met his opponent. So after I hosted the thing, or moderated the thing, however you say it, I took the opportunity to talk to him for a bit, and I was talking to him about the Penny Doe case. And, just asking, why is it so hard for me to get somebody in the state police to do the genetic genealogy on this? We know that there's DNA. What can we just get this done? And, that led to a whole conversation of how policing works. I mean, it wasn't a profound conversation. It's definitely surface level. What the caseloads are, the different kinds of police, those that really just want to be in the field, those that want to be in the trenches, those that want to be in leadership. It was a fascinating conversation, and I did come away once again with this whole idea that, yeah, it's hard to investigate crime and get convictions. There are a lot of criminals that get away with it. Probably the majority. And I'm fond of saying that criminals are stupid, but probably it's just the stupid ones that get caught. I have a friend who's a judge in New York State, and when I remember, and I've shared this with you guys before, so I'm sorry that I share the same stories all the time, but she told me that when she's out on a drive, if she's driving in the desert, she looks out in the desert and thinks to herself, I wonder how many bodies are out there. Driving through the woods, looks into the woods and goes, I wonder how many bodies are out there. Just knowing how hard it is to find a criminal. And a case in point is the case of Lenine Rogers. Today I was talking with her daughter, Allison, and Lenine has been missing since, well, she's been missing 30 something years. And everybody is like, yeah, he did it. Last person with her. They were in a fight, but no body can't prove that she's murdered. It's tough. Jedi Wookiee G, or the 6th, probably. Oh, so that tells me they're at least, no, the 11th. I'm sorry, my Roman numerals. I'm sorry. Jedi Wookiee the 11th. There are 10 other Jedi Wookiees out there? Awesome. Or is this a generational thing? Are you Jedi Wookiee the 10th or the 11th in a long line of Jedi Wookiees? If the phone gets thrown out, wouldn't the flash drive be enough? I think is if the phone gets thrown out, I think that they'll be able to bring it back in another way. I do. I've been thinking about this long and hard. Like, I don't want it to be the case that it gets thrown out, but I think they have a good argument. And, but I think that they probably could have come to that in another way, and they probably could convince a judge of that. Did I say Cobra Kai? No, I said Saska. But I am a fan of Cobra Kai. No. Let me back up. I've seen one season of the show Cobra Kai, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I was just like, I don't want this to ruin what is my childhood. The Karate Kid 1984 was like, that was my childhood. I was 9 years old when I think I was 8. I think it came out in the summer. I was 8 years old when that came out. Dang it. It's amazing. Amazing. Anyway, I think I said Saska. We're talking about our dojo. Pain does not exist in this dojo, does it? Okay, I hope that you answered correctly. Okay. Lil Scrimp says, I knew someone in the prison would be after him soon enough. Yeah, he's probably not all that safe. Yeah. Kimberly would like to join. Yeah, reach out. I will put you in touch with a couple members of my team. My entire team is volunteer. And so, that's just the way it runs. And so everybody can kind of only do what it is that they can do. So we kind of are slow sometimes to respond, but please do reach out. Okay. Let me just go down to the bottom here a little bit. Eliza, Gavin, you seem a bit down today. Well, I'm sorry if that is the case. No, I'm just exhausted. Yesterday's work, my normal work day went into the wee hours. I will tell you something that happened cool at work. We have been starting to do reels on Facebook, on our Facebook pages for EYT Media. And we're starting to get some traction. Each reel will get something 30 to 50, maybe even 60,000 views. But one that I made a couple days ago now has over 1 million views. It's by far a record. It's pretty cool what we're doing right now with such a small team covering a big geographic area. I love the day job. But yeah, I'm a bit tired. I am that. Let's see. And thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. There's a company that uses hair to make absorbent mats that help clean up oil spills. Another option out there for hair donations. You know what? I'm following this couple on YouTube that are in France, and they are restoring a Chateau de Pournon, if you want to look it up. And all of the plaster in there was bound with, the binder in it was human hair. And so in order to restore the way that the French Heritage Society wants them to, they're going to be using human hair in their plaster. The plaster in our house is horsehair plaster, but which is pretty typical for our area. Anyway. Oh, this is great. Sit a bounce and switch. Miguel was like, Stephan Stearns, you want me to protect you in here? Money, please. Yes. Yes. That is great. That was really good. Okay. I think I'm going to call it. You guys, Tish says she does the same thing every time she passes the wooded area. You guys are great. Thank you so much for the comments today. I don't want to belabor this. Remember, this is the moment in my live stream where I do some shameless self-promotion. Remember that you can reach out to me through my website, gavinfish.com. You just click on this little button right here. That will take you to the contact me. That will get you to this form. I do receive all of them. None of them fall through the cracks. You can remain anonymous if there are tips that you want to give. Also, remember there's a link down below if there are any files you want to drop. And if you want to join the team as a researcher or a writer, please do reach out. And we'll be slow to respond, but we will respond. And it'll be one of my teammates who does. Okay. If you click on this little button, that will take you to the fish tank where we hang out on Facebook. Please do join us there. Lastly, remember Crime Cod is my true crime website. Man, this story got me today. Jake wrote it up. Oh, this one got me. So check out Crime Cod. While you're there, sign up for the newsletter, which I promise will become a daily thing eventually when I have time. Listen, if anybody wants to help me put together a daily newsletter, that would be something that I would absolutely love. Again, reach out to me through the website. Okay, with that, guys, I'm going to bid you adieu. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. We will be back tomorrow, Friday, May 2nd, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Same time, same channel, every time, except when we don't. But most of the time, Monday through Friday, okay? Until then, I bid you adieu, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.